Morning, everyone. Welcome to our 24/7. My name is Nehal Kavalia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of JAIIB. I hope I'm clearly audible as well as the class is going fine. Just let me know. Acha, we were talking about the basics, right? We were talking about the basics of accountancy, right? Basic accountancy procedure. So today I'll be moving a little forward. That means after the completion of double entry system, we will also talk about uh, the area of double entry bookkeeping in detail. That means the basics of journal and the method which is being followed. It's the method of debit and credit, the double entry bookkeeping method altogether. So let's begin, everyone. How does it work? First of all, the first question says that according to the principle of double entry bookkeeping, what does the crux of accountancy involve? What does it involve, everyone? Okay. When we are talking about what does it exactly involve, then the points it involve is ignoring one aspect of every transaction, recording personal accounts only, dual aspect analysis to identify which accounts are affected by the transaction, and recognizing revenues immediately. When we talk about double entry system means recording dual aspect. Dual aspect means recording both sides. That means first side is the debit side and the second side is your credit side. This is your left hand side and this is your right hand side. Whenever we record, you will always be recording in this manner in terms of your journal entries. Okay? So what would be the correct answer? The correct answer would be dual aspect analysis to identify which accounts are affected by the transaction. The crux is basically it is affected by both the sides are affected by a particular transaction. Done? Chaliye. Then comes the next question. Uh, Evaluate the statement regarding the convention of conservatism. Okay, apologies everyone. Conservatism, the net assets and incomes are likely to be to understate rather than overstated. What does this imply? I think in the previous classes now we have talked about conservatism from the point of view of whether the assets and incomes are overstated or understated. It is actually understated. But why do we do this? I believe there's a specific reason for doing this now. What is the specific reason that it is very, very important to do this? Is it because it encourages the overstatement of the assets and incomes? It promotes understatement of liabilities and expenses. The convention prioritizes overstatement for better financial presentation, or it favors the cautious approach. When we talk about this point now, conservatism is actually preparing for your future losses. So I would say this is basically the this is actually called prudence as well. Na? In terms of prudence, in terms of a cautious approach, it can be stated as something where the statement reflects the conservative nature of the convention, suggesting a preference for understating the net assets and the income. Okay? Next question. Which of the following is or are the main principle of double entry system? Every business transaction has two aspects. One is receiving benefit and the other one is giving. For every transaction, two parties must be present interested. Twofold effect of the business transaction is recorded by debiting one account and creating the other account, or all of the above. Talk about double entry bookkeeping. It is easier. One account has to be debited, other account has to be credited. Because double aspect is about this only. You will never find only two debits or only two credits. When such a situation is there in the books of accounts, that means their concept are wrong. So everyone, if you like this particular session, please go ahead and like it as well, right? It This particular thing definitely motivates us further to keep on bringing all these important topics for you. So if you like this particular session, then feel free to share it among your peers, as well as please like the same as well, because your little efforts works wonders, right? Chaliye, let's continue further. It is actually all of the above. Every entry has two aspects, such as A is also correct. I'm sorry. For every transaction, two parties must be interested is also correct. And C is also correct. Yeah, everything is correct in this case. The correct answer is actually all of the above. Now comes the next question, everyone. I think in the upcoming classes, I'll start with the topic of the journal part. That is, the procedure is in detail. We'll be starting. Okay, the accounting cycle. Acha, now the point is the going concern concept. What was it, everyone? The profits of the firm are enough to sustain the operations. The profit of the firm are different than the firm. The firm will be continuing the operation at least in near future, or business of the firm relates to a segment which is going great or going very well. I would say this is a point related to only the near future. I can think of only the upcoming few months or maybe a couple of years. How can I think beyond that? Excuse me. Especially after the entry of AI into this entire field, one particular thing is there. We do not know which particular stream of the work will stay as soon as the AI has entered completely, right? And chaliye, now comes the answer is D. The business segment, nahi, nahi. In this case, the going concern concept means the firm will continue its operation at least in the near future. It is C. We can never say it is going only very well. Though this is an inference, but C was a better answer. Acha, what is the fundamental of double entry bookkeeping, everyone? Every credit has a corresponding debit. Every transaction has two aspects. Every entry has a corresponding exit, or the every asset has a corresponding liability. What would be the answer, everyone? In this case, the correct answer would be B. Every transaction has two aspects. Matlab, Now, these are the two aspects which they say for every debit, there is a total equal credit. Matlab, if the debit total is 10,000, then the credit total will also be 10,000. No matter how many debits you have, and it doesn't matter how many credits you have. In one particular entry, you can have multiple debits and multiple credits. Such journal entries are called compound journal entries. ठीक है? We'll be talking about compound journal entries once we move on to that area. Acha everyone, the sale is extended. That means you can join our sale. So if you want to join the sale, then please do the needful as early as possible, because definitely it's for a limited period, right? So watch out and take the benefits. Chaliye. Now coming towards the next point. What is the primary purpose of double entry bookkeeping? To confuse the accountants, this can never happen. To prevent the fraud, it can. To simplify the financial statement, this is also true. To record both receiving and giving aspect. वैसे तो these are the results, but the aim was C only. That was to record both giving as well as the getting respect, getting or giving part of aspect of a particular transaction. This is what they strongly wait for. Then, what does the principle of conservatism in accounting suggest? Record the highest possible values of the assets and revenues, anticipate no profit, then provide for all the losses, overstate liabilities and expenses, and recognize gains even before they are realized. Okay, this is actually something which they are totally against. And overstatement is again something which they are totally against. We do not record anything at the highest value. So that means the answer is anticipate no profit but provide for all the losses. Next, according to the accrual concept, which revenue is recognized? Only when the cash is received, when the sale is made, when a legal obligation to pay is assumed, or both B and C. Answer is both B and C. What is the fundamental uh, principles of double entry bookkeeping? Every transaction has two aspects. Then every entry must be recorded in the ledger first. Every debit has a corresponding credit, or every asset has a corresponding liability. The correct answer would be every transaction has two aspects. Matlab, this is actually a rephrasing of the question which we have just done. So here comes the next question, and here comes the marking of journal. Journal means recording each and every transaction individually in the form of journal. Now, journal is what exactly, everyone? When we talk about journal, journal is something which is basically recording both the aspects of a particular accounting, that too in detail. Okay, what are they doing exactly? What do you mean by journal? Journal means individual transactions. Individual transactions like we received money, we paid money. All those things of that sort are noted in this area. Okay. So journal basically talks about uh, the payment, receiving of money, purchase, sale. All these things are noted in journal. What is the purpose of journal? To record cash transactions, to record in a chronological order, to prepare the trial balance, or to classify the entries. That is to provide a chronological order of all the transactions. Chronological means date wise. Chronological is basically in the, not exactly date wise, it is basically in the sequence of happening of the event. Done, everyone? So in this case, the answer is journal. Wherever you find journal, na, this particular term, chronological order, defines it the best, because the transaction which is done first is written first. The one which is done after is written after. Because first of all, I'll purchase the goods and then I'll sell them. You know, if I've given advances, if I've done anything that has been done in the past, so that past thing would be noted first and then it would be done forward. So to provide a chronological record of all the transactions. How is cash book different from other subsidy books? It is the final entry book. It records only cash transactions. It does not follow the double entry principle and does not consider a ledger. In terms of cash book and other subsidy books, uh, cash book itself says, I am obsessed with cash. When there is any movement of cash, I am the only one who records it. While under other subsidy books, we record whatever the subsidiary book is about. If it is about sales, it will record only sales. If it is about purchases, it will record only purchases. If it is about sales return, then only sales return. So whatever transactions are, they are recorded respectively. It records only the cash transactions, everyone. Then what is the purpose of balancing an account in double entry bookkeeping? To finalize financial statements, determine the P&L, to equalize the two sides of accounts, or to close the ledger. What would be the answer in this case? What is the purpose of balancing an account? When we are balancing an account, we are actually making them equal. As I told you, the debit side has to be equal to credit side in any scenarios. There is no exception to it. You will never find any journal entries which do not follow debit and credit and they are considered as correct. Only those are considered as correct which has got all these things. If it is having this particular context only and only, then we will consider it. Otherwise, we will say that the journal entry is wrong. Research the courses. If you want to join after the completion of this topic now, I'll show you our website. You can join it through that. चलिए, now let's continue further. When we talk about the topic further, let's go for one more MCQ today. What is the relationship between journal and the ledger, everyone? Journal is noting down individually. But if I ask you what happened during the day and you tell me about all the individual transactions, you will not be able to tell me everything in a limited time and I will not be able to understand because I need time for processing the data. So what you will do is you will process the data for me as well. You'll put them in a total tabular form and then you will say, sir, total sales was this, sir, the total purchases was this, sir, this is the total transactions, total cash received. Then the manager will say, acha ha, theek hai, this is the crux, then now I can understand. I think we are done with this is the relationship between the journal and ledger. Journal is a book of first entry and the ledger is the book of second entry. Journal is the book of more reliable. There is nothing called more reliable, Valijis. Both are reliable when journal and ledger are prepared from one source. Journal becomes the main source and then ledger is prepared out of it. Ledger is in chronological record while the journal is in analytical record. Journal and ledger serves the same purpose. No, they don't. So ledger is not in chronological order. Journal is. While ledger is analytical. The point is ledger is analytical and journal is chronological. So in this case, the correct answer is the book of prime entry is journal, and the secondary entry is this. Acha. So let's end our session here, everyone. But before I end my session, let me show you where to go if you want to take up our courses. First of all, go on to our website, that is www.adda247. Go on to the area of JIB CIB Mahapack. The JIB CIB Mahapack is having double validity, everyone. This is one of the perfect times to review it. Acha, everyone, the bank promotion Mahapack is also there, and there is JIB plus bank promotion. Matlab you can go for both bank promotion and your JIB. You can use the code Y541 and apply it. You will get 81% discount. 1 year validity is there. Now, the what is the plus point of bank promotion and JIB together? In JIB, you have PPB and RBWM. Both the subjects are also there in terms of your bank promotion. Bank promotion has also got the quant reasoning and financial awareness portion as well. So, bank promotion topics requires those four topics, and in JIB, you have these two subjects, PPBA and RBWM, along with two more subjects. That means if you're preparing, your total hard work is lesser because you would have done a lot of things already. So whenever you are preparing for this examination, then why to delay, everyone? And take up the course which considers and gives you both these particular areas. You know? So you can purchase it. If you're looking forward towards only JIP, it is also available. JIB and CIP, that is also available. So all these Mahapacks are available with us. That means JIB plus CIP as well as JIB Mahapack. This includes English medium as well as bilingual classes. This also includes the previous batches, current batches, and even the upcoming batches till the time you have the validity. Revision batch included, test series included, ebooks included. So all those things that you might need for your notes compilation, every single thing is covered in this. Provided you buy it from the app, you get another 1% discount. So it will cost you 81% after 81% discount. Till then, consider it and buy it as early as possible because now the time is ticking away. Thank you, everyone. We'll be meeting in the next class at 6:30.